Hi, this is Samir. I'm just going to demo a small app I created. This app is called Vet Pet Meds, and this is meant for vet techs or anybody in that field to use. And in it, they can keep track of different patients they have. Right here, you have a column for cats and a column for dogs. You can add a new patient. Let's try adding a bird, and that won't work. You actually are only limited to cat or dogs for this app. I can go in and look at more information on each different animal. So Milo is a cat, 15 pounds. I can edit information. Let's say he's gotten a little bit big. I can update the weight, I can delete the animal, and the most important feature of this app is to add this new dose here. So clicking on that button, you can select a drug, and making sure that the patient and the weight is correct, I can create a dose. This basically tells me the correct dosage for that animal, at that weight, and for this drug. I should say that this has not been tested, so I would not use this to actually calculate what you would use, but that is what the idea is. I can double check the information here. I can log this dose if it's all good, or I can delete it. By logging the dose, it has been added to his medication log down here, so I can see the history of what he has had, and by who, more importantly. I can go to Addie here. She's a dog. I can edit, delete, do new dose as well. She needs some buprenorphine. Unfortunately, this drug is for cats only, so will not allow me to do that. Going to medications, I can see more closely what medications are in the system. So if I go to that buprenorphine, it says here species cat only. But ketamine is for both cats and dogs, and it can give you more information. Go to the log, which I'll go to on my local system because I have more users, and I can see it for all users, all animals. I can sort by any of these columns, ascending, descending, and so also this dosage calculator here, which is mainly meant for if I signed out and I either couldn't log it or let's say I didn't want to log it, I could still access the dosage calculator and find out what dosage I should be administering. What I'm most proud of, probably how I handled the dose, class, and controller. My first run through was not very dry. All my logic was in the controller and the view. I was able to refactor it, and most logic was moved into the model itself. With this before save callback is how I calculated the dosage, and I have a custom restrictions validation method that checks whether or not that drug is meant for that species. For error handling, I use this begin and rescue code block, and I am proud of how this turned out. What would I do differently? Maybe spend a little bit less time getting this animation to work out, although it is pretty awesome, and instead focus on implementing one or two extra features. The next feature that I would do would be to make it to add authorization in different roles and have certain users be able to add medicines or delete medicines, and then have users tied to a certain vet clinic, and if you can only see the animals at that clinic, and not anybody would be able to sign up for that clinic once you have permission. Frameworks I used were Materialize on the front end, jQuery Draw SVG for that nice animation, made it with Ruby on Rails, and deployed it on Heroku.